What's up, bro? So, obviously, my life is in shambles. I have so much crap going on. Like a ton. So I'm just going to take this video and tell you what's going on in my life. It's gonna be very, very educational about my current mental state. So, first of all, I made a show. It is a student-written gallery production, which basically what that means is this grad student had this play a long time ago, like a matter of years ago, and has been working with drafts of it and staging it with actors, but not really ever making it a full-fledged production. And this is its first time as an actual production, that it's not workshopped. This is the first production of it, and I'm in it, and that's really cool. My character's name is Kilo, and I don't want to tell you too much about it because you're gonna come see it. But it's really cool. It's a really great show, and it's going to tear your heart out and rip it into a million pieces, and you're gonna not like that you came, but you will, because love-hate relationships are awesome. For more relevance, this is the poster for it. Look, it says, "This is not the war play, this is a war play," by Micah Ariel James, directed by Joshua Rahim, and it's a door, and it's Perry. You made me that, Perry. Be proud that it sits above my pillow. Perry. Speaking of things that are on my wall and things that I have acquired, look, it's the boys! It's Team Free Will. Ah ha 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 ha. Season 9 started last Tuesday. I'm excited. And then I've got Sherlock. Look, it's Sherlock. Ah ha 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 ha. I believe it's Sherlock. Oh, you can't tell because of the glare, but I'm too lazy to move. And then there's my senior year poster. It's been up there forever. And over there in my windowsill, we've got the Hylian shield. Look, see? I spent a lot of time on that. And I've got the Seuss flowers. Oh, look, there's the mirror. Can't see me, I'm out of the shot. Ha ha! My Keep Calm and Carry On poster, which is ironically very wrinkled. So it's literally keeping calm and carrying on. And then I've got my Harry Potter wall. Look at it, it's gorgeous! Ah, it's pretty. Ah, I've got a flag. I actually stole that flag from a friend of mine. And that little itty bitty one, that's actually from the Harry Potter soundtrack that I got. It's like this little like thing that came with the CD case. It's my Harry Potter wall. And then, oh, look at that. Iron Man poster. And Avatar The Last Airbender poster. And Arrested Development poster. My Arrested Development poster is awesome. Yay. It's so cool. Look, it's my room. Oh, and my Chemic poster. That's from forever ago. I can't zoom in anymore, but that's from oodles of time ago. Anyway, gonna put this back. So, yeah, that's been... I can't tell if this shot's gonna work. Hold on. Okay. So, yeah, that's been some cool stuff going on in my life. I'm in a show. My classes are going great. They're going very, very well. I actually just had my math for business midterm, and I finished it in 20 minutes, so I think that's a good sign. My car. You were very confused about my lack of transportation on Facebook. And then I realized that I had told Brian, but I had not told you. My car blew up.
for all intents and purposes. It blew up. I was driving home from Pumpkin Festival, and I got to the world's largest truck stop, and when you shift gears on my car, it'll show you on the dashboard, like right in front of you, like where the speedometer and the odometer and everything is, and every ometer there is it started blinking, and my temperature gauge wasn't reading anything. So I called Papa, and I was like, what's up with my car? And he says, probably nothing to worry about. If anything, your car might be overheated. You'll make it to Iowa City just fine. I'm like, okay, cool. So I continue on my merry way. It's still blinking. My temperature gauge just is not working at this point. And I get on the exit. It's exit 244 for Dubuque Street. Goes right to the Casey's that I live right next to. And I'm on the exit ramp about to turn left into town, and my car dies. And I am very used to my car dying. Okay, I drove the Red Metal Death Trap. I drove the Franken truck. I'm very used to this. So I was just like, okay, whatever, I'll start it. As soon as I started it, white smoke and steam, I think it was steam, started pouring out of my engine block. Just as soon as I tried to restart it. And I was about to make a left turn, so I'm like in the center of this very busy exit ramp, and there's steam pouring out of my engine, and I'm on a hill. Like, okay, here's the stop sign that I was at. Here's the ramp. There is no putting it in neutral and then trying to push it, because I would have gotten run over by my own car. So I just stood there for a couple seconds. Like, I have no idea. I don't have superhuman strength. I can't just push my car sideways and get it out of the way. But it's not moving. It's not going anywhere. And then a car starts exiting onto this ramp and pulls up right behind me. And I motioned for it to just drive around my car. I was like, I'm going to get hit, or my car is going to get hit, or someone's going to get hurt. So I just decided, stand by your car since you can't move it, and just motion people around, because it's the only way you're going to prevent anything. So I went to do that, and then this guy gets out of his car, and he's like, are you okay? I'm like, I mean, I'm fine, but my car's seen better days. So he gets out, and he's like, okay, get in the car and put it in neutral. I'm going to push. I'm like, you don't have to do this. He's like, it's okay. Just do it. All right. But before we did this, we had to move a bunch of traffic cones, because we essentially pushed my car into construction, because it was the only safe place to put my car. So we put it in the middle of the construction zone, because it was the only place we could go. So he helps me push it, and we crack open the hood, and steam still like coming out of it. And I'm not a mechanic, but there should not be water all over your engine. That's a bad thing. There was water everywhere. So he gets a hold of a tow truck guy. And actually, we had a police officer come by, and he was like, is everything okay over here? And I was like, unless you know how to fix my car, no. But I said that in my head. I was more like, thank you, officer. Having a rough night. And then he, went on his way. So the tow truck guy came. I took my car to a mechanic. Charged me $100, which sucked. I could afford it, whatever, but it sucked. And then my car sat in this lot, and I dropped off my key and everything. And the whole time I'm like, what is wrong with my car? What am I going to have to pay to fix my car? What happened to my car? The next day I get a call. and it's the mechanic. And he says that the oil filter blew off of my car somewhere on I-80. It's gone. The oil pump was destroyed, and my radiator was also destroyed. All in all, the repairs would have cost between $750 and $1,000. I paid $800 for the car. I was like, no. Not no. But the best part was, I even thought about it. I was like, well, finding a car is a pain, and if this thing's still got some miles left, maybe. Then he said the kicker. After all these repairs, after replacing the radiator, which was the only course of action left, replacing the oil filter and the oil pump, my engine, the head of my engine might even be cracked, so it might not even run. I could put $1,000 worth of work into this car, and it might not run anyway. So, instead of spending almost $1,000 on it, I decided to sell it to a junkyard for $150. So that little Honda, I ended up all in all paying $650 for. So I got $150 of it back, and I drove it for 4 months. And the funniest part of this whole story, and believe me, this story is a lot funnier than it sounds. Like, I look back on it and I'm like, oh my lord, that would happen to me. But the best part was, it was never officially in my name. Because normally when you own a car and it's paid off, it like goes towards your credit. It was in my parents' name, so my insurance would be a little bit cheaper. I'm so over it. But now I have my parents' Corolla. I bought that off of them. Well, I am currently buying that off of them. You know. So yeah, that's the big car caper. And I told you about my show. Work is horrendous. Yeah. That's all I'm going to admit about that on the internet, because, you know, corporate policies and all that. But I will probably tell you eventually, when I'm like 60. Yeah. I didn't have a creative one this time, and I know I'm late, but honestly, with my car blowing apart and with work being ridiculous and with my show, I'm lucky to get a full, like, 6 hours of sleep. Ever. I think I got about 3 or 4 hours last night. It was pretty great. I'm sorry I'm not in a happier mood. I mean, I'm in an actually pretty happy mood. I'm just so tired. Jeez. Okay. Also, I'm awesome. And I'll tell you why. Matt had a party at his house. It was a cast party for the show that he was assistant directing. And he invited me, obviously. And I stole his hat. So, Matt, if you're watching this, I'm taunting you. Wanna know why? Because your hat is right there. Look at it, Matt. Look at it. Ah ha 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 ha. Come get the Ash Ketchum hat now, Matthew. Come get it. I dare you. Except he won't come get it, because he's terrible with directions and doesn't know how to get to my apartment. Anyway, so that's my life. Sorry it took me so long.